Hello Internet. By now, many of you may be aware of the secret Mooshroom Island level, which is unlocked by finding all 10 hidden runes throughout the main missions. If you are already aware of this, and have completed the game, then chances are you're on the hunt for the runes. If that's the case, then make sure to subscribe, as I'm going to have a video on this very soon. However, for those of you who have just started the game and haven't completed your first playthrough, you may not even know about these runes in the first place. Or if you do know about them, you may be wondering why you can't find them even after following a tutorial. Well, the answer is simple. There's a prerequisite step that you must complete before the runes even show up in the levels. Before the runes even show up, you must enter the church at camp and press a button right at the back. The button will provide your first rune, but it will also activate pressure plates throughout the missions that can then be found, which aren't available otherwise. The problem is, you can only access this church after completing the game, because to get across to the side the church is on, you either need the drawbridge to be lowered, or you need the piston jump pads, which only appear after the game is completed. Despite what the game wants you to think, there's a way of doing this straight after the tutorial. The character I'm using is newly created and has only completed the Squid Coast tutorial. Using what is admittedly a quite tricky jump, I can get across to the other side. At the end, I'll try and do a bit more of an in-depth analysis of how to make this jump, but for now, let's just move ahead. Using this lever, I can lower the drawbridge. This is designed for the end game. After using the piston jump pads, we can lower the drawbridge and walk across easily. Entering this big doorway takes you into a church area. This almost acts as a credit scene, with paintings of the different staff and developers on the left and right. At the end, we see the Minecraft logo on the carpet, and we also see a dog painting. This seems a little strange, and we'll come back to this in a moment. For now, head into the room at the end. You'll see this golden button on the wall, and when you click it, one of the runes light up above. This is the prerequisite step. This is the essential part of being able to access the other runes in the other levels. After you do this, click the dog painting, and it magically transforms into a clue. A sound cue plays, as well as an image. And another one. Each time you click the painting, a random image will be shown for one of the runes you haven't found. Each of the runes that you must find is hidden within one of the main missions. These painting transformations are actually clues about where they are. The sound cue, combined with the image, should give you a vague idea of which mission it is. Granted, it's quite abstract, and it does take some exploration and thinking, but once you find it, you'll know exactly what the painting is referring to. That key, for instance. Well, you have to stay tuned to my tutorial on how to find each of the runes, but it makes a lot more sense once you know. Let's head to Creeper Woods. I can't show you every rune, but here's one to get started. The rune is found significantly later into the mission, so we can skip ahead from the first part. Although I would like to quickly include this clip from halfway through, because it seems like Streamlabs still shows subscription alerts, even while I'm just recording. In fact, I don't even need to be recording. I've had it play just in the background. We're close now. The rune is found right next to the mission objective, Free the Villagers. This is an iconic part of the mission, so it's hard to miss. In this area, head down to the bottom left. Head through this gap in the fence, and continue past the trees. This is what we are looking for. During the beta, many players, myself included, found this platform, and noticed when you stand on it, it's activated. However, in the beta, it wouldn't open up with this orange glow. Also notice this pressure plate. This is what you're usually looking for. After opening the secret, head inside, and you'll be met with this ominous purple room. Travel along this strange bridge, round the corner, and you'll find the rune itself. Begin by pressing the pressure plate. The purple flames will ignite, and the rune will appear in the middle. If you wait long enough, towers will ascend from the smoke as well. I think it looks quite cool, so I decided to wait for them to raise up before collecting the rune. After collecting, head back out and complete the mission as normal. From here it's just Creeper Woods, so we'll jump straight back to the camp. At camp, after completing Creeper Woods, we head back along this bridge, and we notice the drawbridge is up. this is one thing that you do need to complete the game for. The drawbridge will reset after returning to the camp, unless you have completed the game. So if you want to check your rune progress, unfortunately, you'll have to make this jump again. I also noticed this lever didn't work this time. Strange. Fortunately, when I release my guide on how to find each of the runes, you won't need to keep making this jump, as you can find all of them without needing the clues. And you should find all of them quickly enough that you won't need to check progress in between. Reaching the wall of runes again, we can press this button, and we see a second rune has appeared. After collecting each rune, it will light up on this wall. We can see that we have many more to find, all of which will be revealed in my upcoming tutorial. For the time being, this video is only a way to demonstrate how to access this before completing the game. This should help both new players and players looking to create a new character and rapidly get to the Mooshroom Island. If this did help, and especially if you would like help with the runes as well, be sure to subscribe, as there is more to follow. On the subject of more to follow, here's a little bit more of an in-depth analysis on how to make the jump. The first thing you want to do is get up on top of the fence, using the logs to boost yourself up. Make your way along the top of the fence. I do this quite quickly, but only because I've done it so many times. Feel free to take your time. Now comes the second most tricky part. Get down from the fence on top of this log. The closer to your character you click, or the smaller a movement you make with your joystick, the smaller the movement your character will make. The hardest part of this jump requires small movements to slowly edge off of this log. There's a little bit of leeway before you end up falling off, so you can actually get just past the block's perimeter. After scooting off the edge just enough to make up for the distance, click across to the slab and make a roll. If all goes well, you should make it across. It took me many failed attempts to do this successfully, so be patient,